Are you interested in using video conferencing for pack or troop committee meetings, den meetings, patrol meetings, to work on merit badges, or any other scouting meeting? We think Zoom might be a good idea to help you out. It's a free program with optional video and audio, can be accessed on a computer or phone with the ability to share screens. It allows up to 100 participants, has no duration limit on meetings with just 2 devices, and group meetings are free up until 40 minutes. The 40-minute limit is a good encouragement to keep your group meetings brief and productive. Don't forget to follow online youth protection rules when a youth is included, such as making sure that there are either 2 registered adults included on the call, or 1 registered adult and a parent or guardian of the youth on the call present. Interested in going beyond the basics? There are paid versions available which increase the number of features offered. We're not affiliated with Zoom and don't receive any compensation if you choose a paid version. We just want you to know your options and make the choice that works best for you and the families in your unit. This video will cover how to set up a meeting for others to join. If you need help creating an account or joining a meeting, we cover those in other videos and we'll try to link to them in the description below and at the end of this video. Setting up a meeting is pretty simple, but first we want to adjust a few settings to make sure your meeting is secure. There have been several instances of Zoom bombers who join random calls and share inappropriate and sometimes illegal materials before leaving. While unlikely that it will affect your meetings, let's err on the side of safety. First, navigate to zoom.us in your internet browser of choice and click Sign In the upper right corner. Enter your email address and password and you'll be directed to this page. Click Settings in the left-hand menu. Scroll down and disable Join Before Host. This will prevent unwanted guests from accessing your meeting before you arrive. It also means that no one else can chat with anyone else until you log in, so make sure to be prompt as the meeting organizer. Next, make sure that there are passwords enabled by default for all of your meetings. I toggled on Embed Password in Meeting Link for one-click join to keep the convenience for the people I invite. It also means that anyone able to access the link can also access your meeting without a password, so feel free to disable this, especially if you'll regularly have very large groups invited. Then, toggle on Mute Participants on Entry. This helps reduce background noise for large group meetings. Sure, you can manually mute people during the meeting if background noises are a problem too, but since people can unmute themselves anyways, this is a nice convenience. Next, disable private chats if you're going to have youth in your meeting. Since all digital communication with youth is required to have 2 registered adults or 1 registered adult and the parent or guardian of the youth, there won't be much need, if any, for private messages in meetings with youth, and it's safest to simply disable the option. If you're going to have a parent meeting or a committee meeting and think participants may want to be able to message each other privately through Zoom, go ahead and leave it on. Scroll down to Screen Sharing and decide if your participants will need to be able to share their screens. If it's a presentation, it's safest to avoid accidental sharing by disabling this option for participants. If your guests will benefit from sharing their screens though, keep it on. We're almost done. The next thing you'll want to make sure is that you've disabled Allow Removed Participants to Rejoin. This means that if you remove someone as the host, they can't just enter the meeting information again to rejoin the call. Finally, enable the Waiting Room feature. This means that anyone trying to join your meeting will need to be approved to join. There's a nice notification letting you know that someone wants to join, and you'll see the names of everyone waiting to join. If there's an unknown person in the waiting room, you don't need to admit them. And between all of these settings, your meeting should be secure and avoid any embarrassing moments. To schedule a meeting, simply go to zoom.us in your internet browser of choice, mouse over Host a Meeting, and select if you would like to start with your video on, your video off, or your screen shared, and click on your choice. Next, you'll be able to start a new meeting right now or schedule one in the future. When you schedule a meeting, you should first give it a name, a start time, and a duration. Then, decide if you want to use your unique personal meeting ID or if you want one automatically generated. Make sure that the password is required. Decide if you want host and participant video on or off, and telephone audio, computer audio, or both. Verify in the advanced settings that meeting room is toggled on, join before host is off, mute participants on entry is on, and you can decide if your group would benefit from a recording of the meeting. It notifies every participant of the meeting being recorded, so no one should be unaware. Choose your calendar and hit Schedule. It will create a pop-up window with your meeting link, ID, and password that you can copy and paste and send to your guests as an email or an appointment. And there you go! If you choose to start the meeting immediately, you'll have a few options to verify before beginning, and once the meeting is started, you can copy the invitation URL and send it to the other participants. You can also click Invite Others to send an automatic message to your contacts, or send them an email. You can also copy the URL or the full invitation and paste it into your email manually if that's easier for you. Now you know how to set up your own Zoom meetings. If you're looking for more advanced tips and tricks, how to join a Zoom meeting, or how to set up an account, check out our other videos in this series. Happy Scouting!